Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. We have quite a bit to talk about here today. We have some news roundup of yesterday's MSF livestream with Ryan Jacobson and community manager Pathfinder. One thing that I found really interesting is that some of what was said today, yesterday in the live stream seems to run contrary to things that the Envoys had said not only a week ago when they had their meeting with Ryan Jacobson with regards to the skeletal or not so skeletal dev crew. We'll talk about that. There was not a lot of substance in the live stream. Got to admit, I did a bit of a summary. That's kind of the important stuff. There wasn't a lot of important stuff, a lot of words and a lot of talk, but not a lot of action that we're seeing. That's what I need to see. I need to see the actual action. The talk is cheap. We also have some data mines. We have some current events and upcoming events. Superior Spider-Man's free-to-play event. We have some promo codes as well, which I'll cover in the start of the video as well. But before we get started with the rest of the video, I do want to give a special shout out. Hey everybody, so some of you might know that I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for quite a while now. It's been about 8 months, I think. I can't believe it, honestly. But I really want to talk about something that's going on right now in-game that I think you guys are absolutely going to love. And I want to give a special thanks to Paramount for making all of this happen. In partnership with Paramount, we're going to be seeing none other than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming to Raid Shadow Legends. That's right, you heard me. And they're going to be starting this off by giving Michelangelo absolutely free, and all you need to do is log in for 7 days during this period. There's also going to be a whole slew of other characters, including the rest of the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael. And we'll also be seeing the appearances of April and Shredder, who will be the focus of a very special event dungeon where you can do battle against this big baddie. And why is this an amazing time to start playing Raid? Because beyond just the turtles themselves, you can get yourself some amazing characters by using the QR code in the top right hand of the screen, including Karato Foxhunter of the legendary of the Shadowkin faction there, and also 3 amazing characters to go alongside him: Ugo, Tagore, and Deacon Armstrong at account level 15, 30, and 43 amazing epics to start your journey off. And you can also get yourself another legendary character, the Void Legendary Tahanarak, by using the promo code Desert Queen within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. So some amazing champions here alongside the turtle. So what are you waiting for? Get started now. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of a promo here.
This is definitely not New York City.
Play now to get your free legendary Michelangelo champion.
All right, so the first promo code that came out yesterday was after the live stream ended, was called October Live. So you can pause this if you want to put that in, plug that into yours. I have already done that, but the rewards that you get for that is going to be this. You're going to get 5 Armory 20 orb fragments, orbs, sorry, not 10,000 orbs. 250 power cords and 150 L4 training modules. Okay, and we have a second promo code here to talk about October Boost. So again, if you want to say or pause the video here, you can kind of check that out, and we're going to click redeem, and that is going to give us 100 L4 training modules and 100,000 shop credits. We're going to talk about this again when they discussed what's going to happen with the shop and the shop credits in the live stream. So I do want to do a little bit really quickly. I want to talk about this. You might have seen that this screen had showed up last night after the server reset. Now, what's really interesting is if you've been following this channel, then you would know that the code, the JSON files of Road to Target Blue Marvel, actually shows non-mythic, global, and brimstone. Now, I wonder if they're going to include this on the blog on Friday, but I guess they didn't have it in time for the graphic, and also insinuates that basically you should be using Sentry for non-mythic global as well. I guess it depends on how long it's going to take you to collect those purple ISOs 4 and 5. And speaking of ISO 4 and 5, you might have noticed that these offers were in game for the Road to Blue Marvel. So that game, that event, sorry, not game, it's not a game, is in game right now. The Road to Blue Marvel, where you can get yourself some extra purple. They're giving us 400,000. No, sorry. Yeah, 400,000 purple 4 for free. And then the rest of these purple 5s are paid. But if you open up the offers page, you will get this. You will need to spend, I believe, $50 sorry, this is Canadian, actually. So maybe $40 in order to actually max out the milestone if you want to whale out and do this. This also gives potential for whales and krakens to be able to just raw buy purple fours right here. I don't know how much this is total. I guess this would be about 2 million, 2.6 million, so 4.6 million, about like 6.7 million purple fours or so. If you were to buy up all of these offers, that would be more than you need for the milestone. But if you wanted to just mass buy, then there you go. I didn't count up how much this would cost in total, but there you go. If you want to whale out to get to Blue Marvel a little bit faster, then they're starting to allow you to do that. And on the side of events, a lot of people are waiting to see whether or not the bonus milestones in Multiversal Century is going to unveil some reworks, because sometimes these do. I do want to point out that there is going to be another global milestone next week for Superior Spider-Man, and that's probably where they're going to have it. We'll see, how many of these bonus milestones unlock, and whether or not we do end up getting some other characters. That would be a clue as to what the next team is going to be. A lot of people think it's going to be a Mystic Raid team, but I really hope not. Otherwise, very likely it's going to be a Cosmic Crucible team, I would say, if not. Some other things that I want to talk about is basically a recap of the live stream. This is what I got out of it. There might have been a few other things, but honestly, it was not very substantive in my opinion. So the Legacy store is going to get reworked for November with next month. That's basically going to be the collapse of all the tabs. You might have heard me talk about it in other videos, where it's going to be 3 tabs basically. I think it's like characters, gear, and like red stars and that kind of crap. The shop credits, there's no firm date on getting this to the players, but it has been discussed internally. This is a big problem, right? Shop credits have been consistently a problem, and I don't understand why this needs to be discussed. Throw it into the daily objectives as a full clear, whatever, something in the daily objectives. Make sure that we get it in raids, Crucible, War. Everything that we do normally should give shop credits. I don't know why this is so hard. Like, I really don't. I fail to understand why this is still an issue. But anyways, Maestro is going to be the, sorry, Battle World. I typed Battle World 2. I meant Battle World 3. Maestro is going to be the boss for Battle World 3 in 2026. I find it hilarious that they're already hyping up Battle World 3 before Battle World 2 has even got off its legs. But hey, I guess maybe they're not expecting a whole lot from Sentry City. Golden training modules are exactly where they want it to be. It's kind of funny because I think Big Positive Geek like typed it like 4 times or something like this just to get them to answer this question, because you might have seen that they've been clawing back resources. We have less showcases, that kind of thing. And so they seem to be okay with where things are right now. They deny that we're getting less, or at least they don't seem to care. There was also some mention of a 2099 team coming, I believe. So Deadpool 2099, who we failed to vote in, I believe, might be coming back. So that's something to, back when Pandapool won that vote. So that's something to keep an eye out, I guess, for next year, right? And then next, I want to cover up a few of the data mines that have come out last night. So Multiversal Hellstorm. This is going to be the global milestone that's going to be DAIMON. Did I say Superior? I think I said Superior Spider-Man in the beginning of the video. My apologies. I meant DAIMON Hellstrom. I'm tired. After getting back from holidays, I am a little bit tired. Commander, get ready for the Multiversal Hellstorm global milestone. Join forces with fellow commanders to help bring stability and peace to the multiverse. Gain progress in this event by battling Alliance War. So yeah, it's going to be super easy, and I think it's going to be this event next week, which is probably going to unveil the reworks, but we'll end up seeing what ends up happening. There's a few other things as well. So Broken King Week 12 is up here. It's just playing with War, or playing War with Brimstone characters. So this is very easy next week. And Danger Room should be going live as well. So we talked about this. It shows these are like the hints that show up in the command center. Basically, there is going to be some zombie things going on, and the offers here all make reference to a lot of Undying, zombies, and I think Bo's Gorilla told me that there might be other characters involved that are like tagged as Undying. Like it could be like maybe Night Stalker characters will also be tagged with Undying, or they'll share tags or something. They do this from time to time where like extra characters get shared tags. So I like Danger Room. I think it's a lot of fun. I know some people don't like it, but it is something that I like to play. And finally, we do have in the data mines these 2 orbs, which seem to go in line with what they're talking about, but the collapsing of the store tabs and all of this. There's 2 new orbs called the Venture Orb and the Versus Orb, and it's basically PvE and PvP. So it features raid and battle world characters, and then features arena, war, and Cosmic Crucible characters. So this is something that you're probably going to be able to buy with shop credits once they collapse everything down. That's just my guess. All right, and that brings us to the live stream. Now, this is the second half where I wanted to talk a little bit about something that RJ said that doesn't seem to quite jive with things that the ENVOYS said like a week or 2 ago. And so I want to play this clip. I want to share with you guys a part of the live stream of what was said. And then I also want to bring in the envoys, basically a collection clip that I put together of them basically saying the complete opposite. And it makes me wonder who's actually right, or if maybe RJ is throwing the envoys under the bus a little bit. So let's take a look.
Like, 3-5 years out. I think in general lately, there's been this misconception that's been going on around the size of our team, or that we have a very limited amount of people. Do you want to address that?
Yeah, I think again we have a very large team. It's there's a lot of great game makers that are here that are beyond passionate about this game, this IP, trying to really deliver the best quality experiences we can to our players. And I do think that, Scopely really believes in this game being, again, a forever franchise. I think there's a multitude of games, if you look at it in the mobile space, that 10 years and beyond, we definitely want to be that, right? We want to be a Marvel game that's here for kind of forever. And I think
I do want to pause it really quickly right there. So he does talk about a forever game. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the player population is sliding basically every few months. We're hovering around the 200 to 230K population, when we used to be around 300 to 350,000 in leaderboards. But hey, it's their jobs, right? So that they have to keep positive, right? But let's continue on.
that, there's always going to be ups and downs or lulls in kind of the content that we're putting in front of our players. And you and I were actually chatting about this morning, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's about to hit our players' hands and kind of get their eyes on it. And then I think the tune will very drastically change. So you guys are giving us way too much to do. And so I think we're always, of course, trying to strike that right balance, but we also know that some of those bigger bets that we made, right, with kind of the Battle World Century, Blue Marvel experience, they take a lot of time and resources for us to get right. And now I think you're going to start to see, as we can kind of finish those up in terms of the development, we're going to start doing some of the other stuff that a lot of the players are used to, right? Whether that's showcases, dimensions, pocket dimensions, etc. We'll start to revisit a lot of those. But yeah, I would say this team is, it's a big team. We have a lot of big plans, and we want to continue to develop this game for years and years to come.
Okay, so during this, he does say it a couple of times, this is a big team. This is a big team. We got to stamp that out. So it's kind of funny, but also it just doesn't go with what was said. What could have changed in like 2 weeks? Did they just do a mass hiring? Like what could have changed in 2 or 3 weeks that the envoys were saying one thing, and all of them, like collectively, they were all saying the same thing, and then RJ is saying the complete opposite here. Also, I think that was a funny frame that I happened to freeze this on. So let's take a look at what the envoys have said now. And okay, I have a bit of a video clip mashup here of Dorky Dad, Mobile Gamer, and Valley Flying, basically all saying the same thing, right? You saw that I showed this on one of my videos like over a week ago about the game being in maintenance mode. And so it is a little bit confusing to me when RJ is saying one thing and they're saying the complete opposite. But hey, let's see what ends up happening here.
But there was kind of a theme to that, right? It's like it's not on their top priority because they don't have the extra manpower, if they even have enough manpower, which leads us to challenges and flash events. So they seem like they're kind of down on manpower as far as making interesting content. But I think it goes back to them not having the manpower to keep up with things. One thing that was said is that like the content for the game, like new content being created for the game, can't keep up with the pace the community consumes the content.
Again, before I move on to a different tangent, is that they're understaffed. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it sounded like they have all these things they want to do, and there's all these things that I would want them to do, and there's all these things that he wanted to do, there's all these things that you want him to do. It's like, we have one group of people that do all of that, and they're working multiple projects.
The game is consuming content at a faster rate that they can develop it. So instead of changing a lot of things, they are releasing less content at a higher quality ratio. They just don't have as much devs as they need right now. So, but they do want to invest more in this, but he went back to that lack of devs that they have right now and just kind of allocating where they want to play, focus on in the game.
Okay, so you heard it there from 3 different content creators. Again, this is something that they've all said based on one of the conversations that they had with Ryan Jacobson. So I really don't know who's right. I mean, I would like to think that the envoys are not trying to lie to us. So is Ryan Jacobson then lying to us and trying to cover up the fact that, they do have a skeletal crew. They just don't want people to know about it. And maybe the envoys weren't supposed to talk about that part, or they're trying to hide that, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Point is that we know that chapter 2, in my opinion, has not been all that good in terms of content. Like there has been a lot of gaps where we're not really doing a whole lot of things. And compared to chapter 1, it's felt very dry bones, whatever. Bare bones, that's what I meant to say. So I really hope that chapter 3 is a little bit better. But I'm not super convinced. There was actually like no teasers really for chapter 3. So I hope they've learned some of their. Is there any lessons for them to have learned here? I don't know, right? But we'll see going forward what ends up happening. Chapter 3 should be starting basically in a couple of weeks, in the first or second week of November, and we'll see how things go and if things improve or not, and what the next team is going to be. I keep checking this global milestone to see if they do your battle world faster, but it's probably going to be in next week's event for DAIMON Hellstrom, not Superior Spider-Man. My bad. I didn't mean to misspeak at the beginning of the video. That's it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys all on the next video.
And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.